Hey one, hey all, welcome back to the channel, and pardon my lighting, I'm doing this real quick because today we're going to be taking a very quick look at this. This is the Transformers Bumblebee Cyberverse Adventures, it's Cyberverse Bumblebee, Ultra Class Energon Armor Bumblebee. And my wife actually got this thrifting. It was in a bag with something else that we'll talk about later on, but I figured since it was in the bag, we might as well take a look at it, especially since it was in a bag that was only $4 Canadian. Is this thing even worth $4 Canadian? We're about to find out together in the latest GotBot True review. Hey one, hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course subscribe, and while you are at it, light 'em up, baby. Hit that notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton, let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below. Also in the description down below. And if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through Spring. Or, of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. And this is, like I said, Energon Armor Bumblebee. And I have the Clobber. I looked at that way back in 2020. I think it came out in 2019. Didn't care for the hot rod. Wasn't a hot rod for me. Didn't really care for the Bumblebee. Again, wasn't a Bumblebee for me. But since I happen to have this, sans swords, I'm not going to lie now, there's no swords with this guy, even though he's supposed to have them. Again, you get what you get when you're thrifting sometimes. But is this any good? How about we head over to the table and find out together. So, funny, quirky little fact, Starscream Wife was actually out doing some thrift shopping and picked me up a couple of things. This was in the bag with something else that we'll talk about at another point. And this is something that I never ever planned to get, but I figured, hey, since it fell in my lap, why not take a look at it? This is the, of course, Transformers Cyberverse Battle for Cybertron Ultra Class Energon Armor Bumblebee. Now, I didn't get the Bumblebee, I didn't get the Hot Rod, didn't care for either of them. To me, the star of this line was Clobber. And I really liked Clobber. I get that there was the spring-loaded Energon Armor gimmick, but, you know, Clobber had a clever transformation and really had all the articulation that I would expect for something of that caliber, with elbows and knees and hips and, well, everything other than a waist and a head. Was she perfect? No. But I still think that she was the star of the wave. Now, if you're interested to see that, I looked at her a long time ago in episode 670, February of 2020. I think she came out in 2019, actually. And I think this guy did too. So, like I said, since we have it, why not take a look at it? I'm not a big fan of Bumblebee, not a big fan of gimmicks. Let's see how this goes. He does roll just fine, as you would expect. I kind of like the Allspark blue on his hubcaps. I think that's kind of cool. This one, because it was obtained through thrifting, does not have his Energon swords that he's supposed to have. Not much left to say here. I mean, fairly sparse on the front, fairly sparse on the side, does not have a spoiler back here. All of this is painted black. I mean, it is what it is. Rolls just fine, like I said. Let's do the transformation. To do the transformation, we come here and really, and there's no nice way to do it. You just got to wiggle that door panel out. And over here, you do the same thing. You sort of wiggle that door panel out. And you can stand B up. B's gone off screen, so I'm going to readjust the camera. Okay, so, and you can see B up right here. Next, we come here and we bring this back and just collapse it there on the back. And we can pick off an arm, pick off an arm. We're going to bring the arm forward, bring the shoulder forward. Bring the arm forward, bring the shoulder forward, turn the arm, and there's a little hook and tab section down here. Open that out. Now, that's fine, that's dandy. The whole Energon gimmick, you're supposed to open the back, and before this comes out, you would bring out both of his swords. But I'm just going to bring it out because I don't have the swords. Once it comes out, it does tab in down here. And this is kind of our finished Energon armored up Bumblebee. So, transformation, it's cute, it's easy, 10. For look as a Cyberverse Bumblebee, I don't know, 7.5, 8. Let's say an 8. I'm in a good mood. Let's say an 8. So a 10 and 8, this guy right now is a 9, but then we get to the articulation. And for the articulation, the head, even if we take this out of it, by the way, the head does literally nothing. Absolutely nothing. The waist, absolutely nothing. The legs, they split out this far and that's it. Nothing forward, nothing back because of all of this gimmick here where we hide the thing in. The shoulders, I mean, they can go kind of all the way out and move around. The elbows, they can go up and go to the side, nothing at the wrist. So we have great shoulders, great elbows. That's it. 3. So this just went from a 9 down to about a 5. Knowing that Clobber has fully functional legs and even feet that can tilt forward, and I suppose, no, those feet don't even tilt forward. I'm sorry, Clobber is the clear star. This is a fun little transformation. It's a very sparse looking robot, but it's serviceable. But the articulation, other than the ability to T-pose, which is great, and an elbow and a bicep swivel, which is great, and arms or shoulders that don't quite, I guess they can go all the way around if you get this out of the way, which is great, but that's it. How much fun is this actually going to be when there's no knee, there's no bicep, there's no waist, there's no ankle? I'm sorry, there were better Cyberverse Bumblebees than this. To me, this wouldn't be worth the pickup. It just so happened that I have it because it happened to be in, a bag with something else. And for the record, the whole bag was $4 Canadian. So maybe for $2 Canadian, yeah, I guess it's okay. But for the, I think it was, I want to say $19 US, and I think it dropped to 16 US, it certainly was never worth that. Even back in 2019. And here he is once again, and here I am, and this is not great. Yeah, okay, so we have some pretty good movement in the arms. And we can put the armor away, but I do find, unlike Clobber, that the armor is a lot more hair trigger with this guy. It might be because I don't have the swords, which I'm sure serve a function to properly sort of hold it in place. That said, even with it out or with it away, it doesn't really matter because outside of the ability to move the arms, this guy's a brick. The legs do nothing. This is what the legs do. That's it. And the feet, I mean, they only flip up because of transformation. I believe that this retailed for like $20 US. I'm going to say 26, 27 at the time here in Canada. It's not worth that. It's, quite frankly, it's not worth $4. There are better Bumblebees out there. There are better Cyberverse Bumblebees out there than what this thing offered. I don't think the gimmick was fun, and I don't think giving up the articulation and an interesting transformation was anything to write home about. This is one that I am very confident in saying you could and probably should skip, even all these years later. Let me know what you think about Energon, Armor, Cyberverse, Ultra Class, Bumblebee. I appreciate you guys coming by and giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. Or, of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you are at it, hit the subscribe button. Stick around. Have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, not for a day, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old fashioned way right here inside the videos.